The whole time that I was going to college and working, the whole time, it was always like a means to an end. I never quit wanting to have a dairy farm of my own. There's something about the dairy cattle, and especially the Guernsey breed, that I have a passion for. And I guess it's because because I was grown up with them, you know. It was what I did as a kid, and for whatever reason, loved it. I moved here in June of 2002. The farm was not set up as a dairy farm. At that time, DFA, I sell my milk to DFA, and at that time, DFA had a grade C market. And so I took what I had in savings and sunk into the back end of the old barn, which was built in 1936, I was told, and went ahead and converted it over to a flat barn where I could go ahead and milk my cows. But I started with a whole 8 cows. That was all I had. 8 milking cows was all I even had. I had some heifers, but that was it. But I was happy as a clam. I got to go ahead. Here I had my dairy with as measly, as little as it was, but I was so happy. And then just continued to slowly add cows. I got hired help when I started milking, like when I was up about 40 cows. I was driving to work one morning and kept wanting to doze off behind the wheel, and I thought, this is crazy. This is not worth it. I'm going to kill myself over this. At the same time, I didn't feel like I could quit working the other job because I needed that security. We all know that farming's tough at times, and farming's tough at most times. Between the hours you put in and my personal experience is that people farm because they love it. They don't do it because it's lucrative. They do it because they love it. So I went ahead and I got part-time hired help. The gentleman that was milking for me, he was older, he was planning to go ahead and quit. He was having a hard time in the barn, and I ended up at that point, I called John King at Seneca Dairy Supply and I said, I'm gonna have to make some changes. I either need to get rid of my cows, quit my job, or get a robot. And I said, I don't want to get rid of the cows. I don't feel like I can quit my job. Then we're able to go ahead and get my robot in about a year later. It has freed me up from having to have somebody to milk for me on a regular basis. They are pricey. At the same time, if you can't find labor, and dependable labor, they pay for themselves in a hurry. The hardest part with a robot is breaking heifers, and a lot of that is part of my situation with my management style. I haven't got time to work with them morning and evening and get them broke to it. So it's been a godsend for me. Like I said, I am able to go ahead and continue working, knowing that my cows are being milked. I typically keep about 60 cows milking. One robot will handle about 60. I'm a director at an assisted living. I actually just kind of fell into healthcare. The job that I was working for, I was working for a finance company, and they finally had me out. I was doing, I guess, well enough with collections. They finally had me out repossessing cars. And I was young and dumb at that time, and so it didn't bother me. But then as time went on, and there were areas that I was afraid to even get out of the car, and I'd have to go back to my boss, and it's like, I don't have a comfort level. There is something that's telling me to not even get out of the car in this neighborhood. And so I went ahead and I made a change. There happened to be a position open at a healthcare facility as receptionist. That's how I got started into healthcare and loved it. There's always plenty of challenges, and there have been times that when I get home, I would like to think, you know, oh my gosh, it'd be nice to be a city girl and I could go ahead and just go in and stay in where it's warm and not have to tend to all of this. But at the same time, I wouldn't give it up. You just do what you have to do. You just know that there's a responsibility. And there have been times where it's not been convenient, where I've had, you know, I'm here on the farm, I've got all kind of things planned that I'm gonna be doing, and something comes up that I need to go back to, that I need to go to the assisted living. And it's like, you just do what you need to do. And so I love both of them. And so I feel blessed. I'm blessed.